What's up, Certified Wrestling Podcast? It's your boy, Certified Hustler. So, let's get to talking about Lee Cole and Angel Gotti. Lee Cole is a clown. This guy, so he is the brother of the Cole kid, Tom Cole, estranged brother of a guy that's passed away, that was the ring boy. Yes, he was a ring boy. Do I think he was? No. I think he wanted it. He was 18. I say that because when he was let go the first time, when he accused Mel Phillips, Tom went back to WWF and worked for them again as a ring boy with Mel Phillips. So, he's estranged from Lee Cole, but he's passed away. Had nothing to do with Vince McMahon. He committed, unfortunately, what we all don't want to say, the S word. He took his own self out. He had stage 4 brain cancer. That is probably why he did that. He had all these other years. He's had children, an estranged wife, many years to do that. He waited until he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So, Lee Cole, this cat was begging Hannibal TV for an interview. He got one after his brother passed away, and he goes on there talking about Vince McMahon and how he owes his family, and it's because of Vince that his brother's not here no more. That is not true. I'm not sticking up for Vince or nothing like that, but this guy Lee Cole, he you can look it up. He was on D Rugs for a long time, allegedly, but not allegedly, arrested a lot, but allegedly. This guy, opportunist for sure. His brother didn't want nothing to do with him. So when Vince McMahon first tried to pay him, there's a whole thing. Him and Linda McMahon got into a limousine with Tom Cole, and they did not want Lee there. Lee was there trying to push, and Vince and the lawyer got Lee out of the way. It was all about money with Lee. So whatever Vince and Linda and Lee and the lawyer decided in that limousine, that was it. He took that to his grave, allegedly the money and whatever. So there's really no more payout for him. Now the other ring boys, I don't know nothing about them. You know what I mean? Allegedly there's a bunch of stuff in it that's messed up. You know what I mean? That's very messed up. More than messed up. But Lee Cole, I am glad he lost his channel. The dude was buying subs. Listen, I was in the mob genre. I have interviews on here with mobsters, with Bobby Louise, Philadelphia Capo. I've spoke to Joey Merlino numerous times. I spoke with Carmine Agnello numerous times. Capo in Cleveland for the Gambino family, John Gotti's ex-son-in-law. I spoke to John Gotti III, the MMA fighter. I've spoken to John Gotti's lawyer, Bruce Cutler, rest in peace, just recently passed away. Who else have I spoken with, man? Lots of people. I've never once just put it out there like that. You know what I mean? This kid said, or Lee says, he was part of the mob in New York. It's not true. He was a low-level drug addict, allegedly, but he was arrested a lot for it. This guy then gets into the mob genre because nobody's listened to his story. He wants to do a podcast. Good for him. Well, he gets on, and what he does is he investigates. Like, he just goes and on the internet and says what he sees on the internet. He doesn't know people. He doesn't have sources. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't go off of everything that he says as to be true. Matter of fact, a lot of people and a lot of people in the know say a lot of his stuff is not factual. He is an opportunist. The man was doing mob content, fighting with everybody, drawing Sammy the Bull Gravano's name. Went to Arizona, called out Sammy on the live like Sammy was going to come down there. Sammy is surrounded by ex-Navy SEALs as bodyguards and is busy making money doing stuff on the internet, just like him, right? But Sammy's making bigger money. Sammy wasn't gonna meet him. That was all a ploy, like he was tough or something. He's not tough. Dude lives in a $55 a month assistant living house for elderly people that are on Social Security. That's already to me. He's on Social Security and never worked a day in his life. Like, what did he pay into that? Monty and Afaro, shout out. They had a Jim, I don't know, is Kelly or something, James Kelly, on his show. Now, he was a host for about 18 months on Angel Gotti's show. Angel Gotti, this is not allegedly, whatever. I'm going to say allegedly just to cover my tail. Allegedly, wino. I know this for a factual. John Gotti Sr. didn't trust her at the end, said she might as well be Sammy the Bull Gravano, that she was a rat. If you've seen the video, you've seen the video. You know John Gotti Jr.'s famous for getting stuff scrubbed. If you know anything about that life, allegedly Gene Gotti is the head of the Gambino family. He doesn't have nothing to do with John Gotti Jr., who's a rat 302. He has nothing to do with Angel Gotti, who's considered a rat by her own family. If she was anything or anybody, she would not be on the internet right now, because Gene Gotti, who did 37 years on a 50-year bid, is home. And if he had anything to do with her or anything to do with that side of the family, trust me, she would not be doing a podcast. Okay? So Lee just opportunist with her, and she was on the opportunist thing with him. They were just two opportunists working together, and it didn't work out for either one of them. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's just two low-life rats that I'm finally glad to see Lee Cole, miserable, no good self, out of the internet, off of the YouTube. He might be popping up in other people's spaces, have started another channel, who knows. But he bought all of his subs. I didn't even know you could do that, but apparently you can do that. And he bought a lot of his subs, and I guess YouTube kicked him off the platform. So he no longer has it. And then he turned around and illegally sold James Proctor for $20,000 his YouTube channel, which doesn't mean anything because James Proctor doesn't have any access to Lee's bank accounts. Only thing he has access to is to upload and unload. Lee was still doing what he was doing until it was shut down. James Proctor channel shut down. I have a feeling Angel Gotti's channel is about ready to get shut down. She's only one strike away, so who knows. All this is allegedly just to cover everything, but you know me, I'm not going to speak on nothing unless I know, and trust me, I know. Good riddance, Lee Cole.